in the vocabulary of FCCS, we call it as member, and we will also see that within with the help of slide. Okay, so what are node sets, and what are hierarchy sets, and what are node types? So suppose you can see from the bottom we have node type. Suppose we have a dimension in FCCS, that is employees, or we have any other custom application in which we have a list of employees. Okay, or suppose we have a manager. Under a manager, you can call him David. Okay, let's say he is David, and under David we have various other employees. So we can have a hierarchy for the employees as well. Okay, so under one employee we have more employees are working under certain manager. Okay, so that is a node type, or in the case of FCCS we can say it as a dimension, like a custom dimension we have, okay, as employees. And then we have departments also, or you can say it is also a custom dimension, you can say, that is departments. We have finance, marketing, analytics, and all the things. So node types are just you can say a replica of dimensions, and within a viewpoint we can have many node types, and we can access that. Okay, and suppose to make a hierarchy set, so how we can do that? We have employees, we have departments. I want a hierarchy in which I want to take all the employees who are in the finance department, or in the marketing department, or in the analytics department. So I can do that with the help of hierarchy set. So EDMCS allows this type of feasibility. You can manage the hierarchy according to your need. Okay, so let's say I want to make a hierarchy set for finance. So you can see we have Bob in the employees, node type employees, and we have Gabriel, and we are taking both of the employees belongs to the finance department. So we are like maintaining a hierarchy for finance which have the employees as Bob and Gabriel, and same goes with the analytics and marketing. Okay, so then we move on to node set. So what are node set? So node set is that suppose I want to see analytics and finance within one hierarchy, or within one node set, within one set. Okay, so I can simply make one heading, that is analytics and finance employees. I want to see in one page or in one view. So I can do that. I can simply make one node set, and I will just take analytics and finance, and I can at the same time I can see both in the viewpoint. So at the top you can see we have a viewpoint that is called as analytics and finance employees. So when we made a node set with the analytics and finance, we can link the node set to the viewpoint, and then you can see when we drill it down, or when we expand the hierarchy, you can see in analytics we have Emily, Jack, and Mary, and in finance we have Bob and Gabriel. Okay, so then we have initial application about what is basic things. So source and target application are registered in the EDMCS application. So this type of sequence you can follow, and each source target is equal to one EDMCS application. Okay, source or target, and EDM application types. Then we have and custom dimension node type property we can provide, and for PVCS and EPPCS we have connection cubes, application settings, dimensions, and all the things. Like I've told you in the previous session, and we will also discuss in the further session, that how we can register on the application, and how we can make a connection, and we can simply by creating a job in target application, we can simply import the metadata within the EDMCS application also. Okay, and other way around, we can also download the a file, and which we can upload in the EDMCS application. Both ways we can work. Okay, so the registration part we will do later. So let me just go you through with the shared nodes. Okay, so as you know what are nodes, you have already know that what are nodes. Okay, and suppose we have node, and that is one parent node, and yeah, let me just tell you about what are Yeah, what a parent node, child node, as we have also discussed in the previous session, but I'm just making clear that what a parent, child, sibling, and leaf node and all the things. So suppose we have parent node, that is FRA, and how we can say that, you can see, okay, this is called the parent node. A parent node is a node which have a children to it. Okay, so suppose FRA is the parent node and it have 230 and 410 as the children. And what is a leaf node? Here it is a leaf. Okay, so a leaf node is the bottom level node which have no children to it. So as you can see, FRA is the parent node and have two children, that is 230 and 410. So these are called the leaf node. Okay, these are called the leaf node. And what are the siblings? So sibling, you can just easily tell that 230 and 410 are sibling, like we have in the real world also. Okay, and what are the limb nodes? So suppose we have one like top node, and we have a node in which we have further children, and further children have also some children. So but we have two siblings, so we can tell them as a limb. Okay, so like we have a ASN as the limb, and we have EMA also as the limb, and then we have FRA. Okay, so these are the limb nodes. And what are the top nodes? Top nodes are those nodes which do not have any other further parents. Okay, these are the starting node of the hierarchy. Okay, and top node can be of multiple nodes we can have as top nodes. So in this case we have this as the top node. These two are the top nodes. Okay, departments name only GEO and GEO also as the top node. And root node, then we move on to root node. So root node is that the highest node in the hierarchy set for a node type, and root node do not have parents. Okay, as I already told you that root node cannot have any parents, and this is the highest node in the hierarchy set in the root node. Okay, so shared nodes, suppose we have a list of entities. Okay, we have entity hierarchy, and we have name of countries or entities list, but it is a hierarchy in the screen. So suppose we have like we have in the FCCS, we have a option to make a shared member within the hierarchy. So suppose same goes with the EDMCS. So suppose we have one parent, that is 100, and we have a child to it, that is 101. And if I want to like take this particular 101 leaf node to some other hierarchy, okay, within the same viewpoint. Okay, so we can also do that, and by default sometimes it is like enabled in the EDMCS application, but majorly we have to enable it. Okay, and working with properties we will see in further sessions. So let's go to our EDMCS application and do some practical. Okay, and so you can get an idea. Okay, so you can see this is the home page of our application. So first I will show the applications. So these are the application. So with the register icon, you can register any sort of application. Basically, you can also register a custom application with the universal option, and we have planning, FCCS, and many other options from the Oracle application, from the Oracle products. Okay, let me just cancel it, and then we have node types. So in node types, basically it's just a replica of it is depicting as the dimension, account dimension. So node types can be of any dimension, like we can have it as departments, we can have it as accounts or employees or entities or anything. So suppose I will open the node type of account that is from the FCCS application. Okay, so this is the account node type, and you can see we have various tabs here. And first is the general. In general, we have the name. We can also go to edit and change the name or description, and we have a status that is active, and we have the application name, to which application it belongs. Then we have the dimension name, okay, that is account, and we have the dimension type as account also. So when we register the application, it asks the sort of like fields, so we can fill it. Okay, and then we have the binding status. So binding status, that for every viewpoint we have an sort of dimension. Okay, or you can say for every dimension we have a viewpoint, and for every viewpoint we have data chain. So we have node for every dimension we have node types, hierarchy sets, node sets. Okay, so whenever there is a link between these three, all of the three, it is the binding status will be set to bound. Okay, and then let's go to properties. Okay, so I will show you with the properties of FCCS, and then we will like check with the EDMCS properties also. So this is FCCS application, and you can see these are the properties which FCCS have. Okay, these are the properties. We have name, description, alias table, alias, account type, variance, reporting time, balance, skip, and all of the and so on. We have all of the properties, and same properties you will find in the EDMCS application. We have name, parent. Parent is just to denote the hierarchy. Okay, to which child have which parent. So we have core state stats dot parent. We have alias, we have data storage, we have toPass, we have description on all the things, data type, and we have account type also, time balance on all the things. So this is for the properties. So I was explaining you that node types have general tab, and it have properties which are coming from the FCCS application. Okay, and then we have node type converters. So in node type converters, basically we have to define the source application. So from which source application we can directly drag and drop a particular node, a leaf node or any node, and parent node, and we can simply drag and drop to the target application, and it will come in the target application. And in this case we have the financial consolidation close as the target application, and corporate account financial cloud as the source application. Then we have the validation, and so in here we can provide the custom validation, and we can make custom business logics. So suppose I want that every node which will come in from the source to the target, I want that it should only start with a underscore, okay, as a prefix. And if I add one node without this a underscore, so it will not allow, it will throw a validation error. Okay, so likewise we can set custom business logics and all the things. And then we have the data chain, which I already discussed in the previous session, but yeah, again I will tell you that this is a type of like set of data object that we have node types, we have hierarchy set, we have node set. So for account node type, okay, we suppose we are in node type, so that is why it is showing us as inspected. So suppose if I was in hierarchy set, let me just open. So now when we go to data chain, it will show hierarchy set as inspected. Okay, so let me go to like previous, and so node type was assigned to these hierarchy set, so account node type was assigned to these hierarchy sets. Okay, and these hierarchy, and then it is assigned to these node set also, and this account node type is assigned to these viewpoints, you can see. Okay, so this is kind of data chain we have in here. Okay, and then we have permissions. So in permission we can assign users and group, so to which user or group I want to assign this node type. And then we have policies. So with policies we can manage the approvals and all the things. As you know, we have when we make a new request, we have to assign like when we make a new request, we can assign approval groups also, and we can assign any particular user also individual user also. Either we can assign a group or we can assign a group user. Okay, so this is for the node type, and I will quickly go to the views and go to open the viewpoint and show you how the account dimension look in the EDMCS application. So let me just open the FCCS application, and this is the viewpoint, and here you can see we have various viewpoints within the FCCS application, and this is the account dimension and you call it as viewpoint. And let me just hover it on the account, and you can see it is saying account is a viewpoint and belongs to FCCS application, and dimension is account dimension, and status is binding status is bound. So these are the top nodes you can see here, that is FCCS underscore system account. Okay, so these are the top nodes, and further they don't have any parent, and if you expand this you can find many other children to it. Okay, and with a new request you can also add any top node. So with this plus icon you can add top node, or you can insert top node from like any other viewpoint also. Okay, so this was for the top nodes. And okay, so let me open entity top node type. Okay, from the FCCS application. Okay, so in entity node type you can see this is another dimension from the FCCS application, and you can also, like, we have defined the qualifier for that, we always have to like insert any node or add child with the C underscore, okay, in this dimension. And then we have the properties which are coming from the FCCS application, and same all the things goes same as we have discussed in the account dimension, account node type. So now again we are opening the data chain, and you can see this node type is assigned to this hierarchy set, and we have node set which is this entity node set, and this node type is assigned to these three viewpoints. So let me just open one hierarchy set and tell you about what are hierarchy sets. So when we open the hierarchy set, so again it is showing as we have various tabs, and one is general tab, and again that is showing all the details that we have entity, we have description, and we can also edit that, and status is active, and we can also like archive it, or sometimes we can also draft it. Okay, we have dimension, that is entity dimension. Okay, and we have other various things also. So when we go to definition, you can see it is taking the node type. Okay, and when we go to edit, we can also manage it. Okay, and let me just cross it. Okay, so in the definition you can find the node types. Okay, and we have the entity dimension, okay, entity node type, and binding status is bound. And in child option we can select that to whom we want to like make any child, or if you want to make any selection here. So with this option, child option, so in this entity dimension, all the members or what are the nodes coming in this, we can make child to any of them, to any other viewpoint or any other node type. Okay, suppose if we had account node type within this definition, okay, so we can also assign a particular account to, so we can assign that suppose we have departments. Okay, or we can say we have locations. Okay, let's say we have locations in the definition. So location wise we can also select the entity as a child with this selected option. Okay, and vice versa, if I don't want that any of the entity do not like come into location or cannot be a child to the in the location, so that I also that with the none option I can select that. So basically to be more clear, I will just tell you. Okay, suppose I have entity dimension. Okay, I'm talking about the hierarchy set. Okay, and we have location, that is another type of hierarchy set. So suppose, let's say I have entity c underscore 101, and further we have location that is NA and North America or Asia. Okay, and we have c underscore 102, c underscore 103. Okay, suppose I want that in NA I want these two will come as a child, as a children, these two will come as children. Okay, and 103 should come as child to Asia, but vice versa I don't want that. Let me just again copy it. But vice versa I don't want that NA will not come in the entities. NA will not come as child to the entities. Okay, so I don't want this thing to happen. Yeah, I don't want this thing to happen. I only want that entities can become children of locations. Okay, entities can become location children of location, but vice versa case I do not want it. Okay, so with the help of the child option I can do that. Okay, and node sharing is automatically by default it is checked. And if you want to use a custom order, so basically in the EDMCS the alphabetical order is used, so but if you want to use any other order, that you can also use. Okay, and we have group pair in node first, so we can also check that. So let me just cancel it. Then we have validation, again we can provide any custom business logic. Then we have data chain, we have permission, we have policies. Okay, for the approvals. So we have discussed nodes, what is we have also discussed what are node types and what are hierarchy sets. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, that suppose we have discussed in the PPT, we have departments. Okay, and let's say this is a custom dimension belongs to FCCS. Okay, and the departments we have HR and we have marketing. Okay, and suppose in HR we have David, we have Sam. Okay, and or else we have, suppose we have Max, and in marketing we have, suppose we have Frank, we have Vinny, and we have Jack. Okay, and in employees, suppose we have another dimension. Okay, we have employees, and these employees will come directly within the hierarchy of employees, or you can say that we have all employees, and then further we have employees, and then we have all the employees name. So in basically in EDMCS, it called it as node types. Okay, so we will name it as node types. So though these are the dimensions, okay, custom dimension, but EDMCS like take this as node types, different node types. Okay, okay. So you can see here that these are node types under which we have departments and all employees, and then we have employees, or vice versa. We can use that. Okay, let it be. So we have HR department, but employees are coming from here. Okay, let's suppose we have a new member, that is Kevin, and I want to add Kevin in the employees dimension, in the employees node type. And basically for this we must have a viewpoint. Okay, so let me just copy all this. Let's say copy this. Okay, and we call it as departments viewpoint, or better we will. Okay, so this is one viewpoint. Okay, and then we have another viewpoint, that is all employees. Okay, and we have the same hierarchy under this. Okay, and suppose I want to add Kevin, but Kevin is in the departments. Okay, but it is not coming in the employees. So what we can do, we can simply just drag and drop, like we do in the EDMCS application, but I'm just copying and pasting. We can simply just take this account, and like when we take this, and we can simply just drag and drop Kevin to the all employees. So this is how we can maintain various dimension on all the viewpoints. And with the side-by-side layout, this is called the side-by-side layout. I will also show in the application. And with the side-by-side layout, we can do the same. So let's go to the application and open the side-by-side view, and let's see what application we can use. Okay, let's say we have company, and under company we have a hierarchy for the entities, and with this side-by-side layout we can choose line of business. Okay, or we can add products. We can have products also. So suppose I want to add a particular technology product under this entity. Let's say I want to add technology product, or the services product, or the enterprise product in the parent, that is 100. So I can do that. I can simply just make a new request. Okay, and I will define the node type converter, and I will just simply take this and simply just drag and drop. It is coming as cross because we have not defined the node type converter. And in the future sessions we will also like drag and drop all the metadata and all the things. We will also do the practical of it. So this is how you can just simply drag and drop. Okay, and if you want to like make the node type converter, we can also do that. We just simply go to inspect, and Under data chain, we have node type, that is corporate product. Under V, we will have to define the converters, and then we can, when we define the converters, okay, and then we can easily just drag and drop these products into the companies. So, and you can see we have the properties as well, all the properties which belongs to the corporate GL company, and we have the all the properties for the products also. Okay, so this was for like what are the nodes and what are the node types and what are the hierarchy sets. Okay, so let's go to hierarchy sets. So you can see we have various types of hierarchy sets here. The one is account, and accounts are coming from various applications. Then we have some custom applications as well. We have chart of accounts. You just open it, and like when we go to definition, you can see we have two node types here. And as I was just telling you about that, we can have the child option. So with the child option, we have selected option, like for the COA, that is chart of accounts, we have selected the child node can be from the COA segment. So this is a selected type of child option we have. Okay, and let me just close it. And you can see the mapping sets, and we have Casey Brown, who is the creator, who created this, and who has last modified it. Then we have the entity hierarchy sets. Okay, as I already told you. So we can have various, and as I was talking about the locations, so you can see we have the locations also, and we have various other types of hierarchy sets. We have products, retailers, we have suppliers, and all the things. So let's move on to slide, and you can also see we have the data chain, that is application view dimensions. Okay, so let's end this session, and I hope you have more knowledge about what are the what are the components of EDMCS, what are the node types, hierarchy sets, and in the future sessions we are going to like get the knowledge about what are the node sets, and what are the views, and what are the properties. So we will discuss that. So let's hope that yeah, I'm hoping that you are getting all the things. So thank you for watching this, attending this session, and if you have any query, you can visit bispsolutions.com, and you can reach out to us. Thank you.